From Lalate News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings Lalate.
It's a big morning here on Mornings LA with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. And then we got to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. The $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. And the president's chief of staff spoke about this just hours ago. I have the latest details about this as well. Then we got to the world exclusive as the number one guy in D.C. wants you to have a monthly stimulus check. His staff speaks exclusively to this channel and goes over that monthly stimulus check and what's being proposed. It's details you're only going to hear on this channel. And then we cut to one viewer who started the week at $80,000, then turned around and got his family an additional $100,000 of stimulus. That's $180,000. You're going to learn how you can do this as well. It's a big, bold, beautiful day. It's a big day across the board because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and this is Mornings Lalate. Good morning, everybody. Have a beautiful day across the coast. Hope you are good where you are. Jump in the live chat and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. In Santa Monica, it's a little bit muggy, but it's definitely beautiful, breezy, and lots of surf. In this fourth stimulus check update 2021, we're going to go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. We cut to the recon. A done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you under the fourth stimulus recon, mostly application-based. I'll explain what that means in the second half of this video. Then we cut to the world exclusive as the number one guy in D.C. wants you to have a monthly fourth stimulus check. That's an MSE. I'll go over all the deliciousness in this world exclusive. And then we're going to meet one viewer who got over $180,000 between himself and his family. And we're going to go over all the details of that. It's coming up in the third part of this video. But with that, welcome. And this is Lalate, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Mornings Crypto, live on air at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then mornings noontime, actually noontime LA at 11 a.m. If you're new to this channel, let me tell you what you're going to get in this video and what you're going to get throughout the day. In this video, you're going to learn about the massive sums of money you can get right now, today, in your hand from third stimulus. You're going to learn about the world exclusive, about those monthly stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus check package. And you're going to learn about the big details of the other checks that are application-based in the fourth stimulus package as well. A lot of news and a lot of world exclusives, and this is LA. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers of YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes. And become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The link is in the video and under the description. Meantime, if you've not signed up for those LA alerts, please do so. It's under the description of this video. Hit that alert button, and then you go to the news.la.com alerts, put your name and email address in there, watch for the confirmation email, and you're ready to rock and roll and start receiving those alerts wherever you are. Let's cut to those monthly stimulus checks. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. Who wants to give you what and how they want to give it to you? We have Warren, Wyden, and Sanders calling for a monthly stimulus check. They don't say the amount, and they don't say the number of months. AOC and Omar calling for a monthly stimulus check, $2,000 a month. They do not say the number of months. We have the House Ways and Means calling for monthly, but don't give any other details besides that. But then the one that has captivated a country has been that House bill, which is pandemic plus 1 year, which would amount to at least $13,000 of checks, $1,000 thereafter, $1,000 a month after the first month of $2,000. And there you go. Vote House or Senate, House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from this beautiful morning to LA and how the weather is. Thank you for also joining me on our new hit show, Mornings Countdown Lalate. It debuted today. It goes between early mornings Lalate at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and mornings Lalate right now at 9 a.m. That's Mornings Countdown Lalate every day now at 7 a.m. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? Democrats represent that single individuals. You get it. If you got a third stimulus check, you get a fourth stimulus check. Single individuals, 75,000 less. Democrats represent. You get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 less. Democrats represent. You get one as well. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income, it's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check would not be a waivable check. But if you were at the beach this weekend and a check walked up, you started waving, it was a German check. And if the check kissed you on two cheeks, it was the Italian check. In the second half of this video, we'll be cutting to the details of the fourth stimulus recon. But in the third part of this video, we'll be cutting to the world exclusive. As the number one guy in D.C. wants you to have a monthly stimulus check, and he has now proposed to put it in there. It's details you're only hearing on this channel and only on Mornings LA. It's a monthly stimulus check, and we're going to go over all the incredible world exclusive coming up in the third part of this video. Stay to the final 15 minutes of this video. But first, let's get some money, and let's also talk some cold turkey. Four stimulus checks are not landing in your bank account today. They're not landing in your bank account this week, but you need money. And guess what? There is money available. Lots of it. Tens of thousands of dollars of it right now. And what is it? It's third stimulus. Yeah, you may have heard about a third stimulus check. You may have gotten $1,400. But did you know there's tens of thousands of dollars of other money available for you under third stimulus? Let's start with Johnny, who's our inspiration. Johnny, 2 weeks ago, was one of three viewers of this channel who started the week at $0. By Wednesday, he and two other viewers were at $40,000 they had got to this channel from three items by watching this channel. But Johnny didn't stop at three items. By the weekend, this was 2 weekends ago, he got 7 items. The grand total for Johnny, $80,000. But Johnny didn't stop there because the next week he showed his family members this channel, and those family members got an additional $100,000 on top of that. Let's go over Johnny's incredible story, starting with what Johnny got 2 weeks ago for himself, $80,000. He got $12,000 for SNAP, $10,000 for EIDL, $2,000 for taxes. He got $21,000 for rent in one place, another $25,000 for rent in another place, and then he got electric power for $9,000. He got internet and phone at $50 a month. Grand total, $80,000. That was 2 weeks ago. Johnny didn't stop there because guess what Johnny did? As a lot of viewers this channel do, told someone else about this channel. Who'd he tell? His family members. And guess what the original reaction was? I got a $1,400 third stimulus check. There's nothing else left in that third stimulus package for me. Yeah, there is. You have to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone? Why do I have to pick up the phone? Because the other items you have to pick up the phone for. Really? I never heard of this. Why have I not heard of this? Because you haven't heard of Lalate. Let's go over what Johnny gives us in his incredible update. The pushback from his family members saying they never heard of this, they don't think it's true. The fans, just like others have been reporting, just like you have been reporting about others, I've been talking about you to my friends and family. There you go. And as of today, I've helped 5 family members save their homes and put food on their table. Wow. And 3 family members thought I was full of it. Not unusual, because when I started launching third stimulus coverage in January this year, a lot of people only heard about a $1,400 stimulus check. They were never told by anyone else except this channel that there was fortunes of other money in third stimulus. His family members pushed him back and said, I don't believe there's other sums of money. They thought I was full of it till they started getting the money. That has sort of changed everything. They got SNAP because it was SNAP, and oh my God. He told his family members, just pick up the phone. Pick up the darn phone already. And they did. And they got the money. $50,000 in less than 5 days. And 2 family members got $41,500, and the other one got $57,600. Grand total, $100,000. Incredible in less than 5 days. This has been awesome to see people stop stressing about bills. Your channels help so many others, and tremendously, you're such a godsend. Purple Power, Purple Hawk. Today is your day to be that person. There's a lot of money for you to get, and today is the day to get that money. So get a pen and paper ready. We can go over the big money you can get right now. Today, this moment, this day. Rent assistance, utility assistance, mortgage, utilities, and more. I'm going to go over this money starting right now. Get a pen and paper ready. If I go too fast, you can always replay the video on the toggle button under the video. Let's turn to the rent. Viewers of this channel are getting daily over $20,000 of rent from third stimulus that is available for them. This is a lot of money. Let's look at the graphic because you're going to be shocked because it's an enormous sum of money. Look at this. Purple Hawks, stand up. Hawk, Hawk. Purple Hawks, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Have you become a member? The link's under the video. Look at these numbers, $27,000, $25,000 for rent. Then Johnny just reveals he got $9,000 for utilities. So you see the numbers are going higher by the day. Let's look at other people's utilities that happened before Johnny. Yeah, so viewers, the more this channel grows, the more subscribers, the more that people watch this channel, the more sophisticated and knowledgeable and skilled the viewer is becoming. Now you see Johnny getting $9,000 for utilities, up from $5,000, $7,000 just a few days ago. And then we have people who got then we have people for Snap. You're going to meet someone in a second who got $25,000 for Snap. And then finally people who got 3 items. Look at that. Nancy, 3 items at $32,000, rent, utilities, and Snap. And then Nisi, 3 items at $23,000. There's Mark at $32,000. Mark has 2 updates. I'm going to give you Mark's update later this week, his second update, but I'm going to give you his first update right now. Mark had got in 2 items for this channel, rent and utilities at $32,000, but I said to Mark, go get Snap. 4 wonderful stories come from this. Number 1, within less than 5 days, Mark got that Snap. Just like Johnny's family members, it's a Snap to get it. Second, Mark realized, wait a second, people like Johnny getting 7 items. I'm not going to stop at 3. So Mark is now getting more items across the board. Don't stop at just 2 items or 3 items. Number 3, Mark, like Johnny, told someone else about this channel. Johnny told his family members they got $100,000. Mark told his neighbor. The neighbor went from $0 to $21,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Not unusual circumstance. Chenan, 2 weekends ago, did the same thing. She told a friend about this channel, and that friend went from $0 to $21,000 in 1 week. Chenan says, my goodness, my friend is now addicted to your channel. Thank you, Chenan. And then finally, Mark got that Snap. How much money do you think Mark got for Snap? Mark got $19,000 for Snap, bringing Mark's grand total on this channel to $50,500. But the sky's the limit because Lorraine on this channel got over $105,000 because this is what we do. This is LA. I know it may seem like a lot in just one video with one channel. You're coming to learn about Forced Stimulus Check. That's coming up in a second. Monthly Stimulus Check, a world exclusive. You're learning about the push to get these incredible items under Forced Stimulus out the door. And then you're learning about all these big sums of money. There's a lot coming on a single video on this channel. I've been getting people big sums of money since day one when this channel launched. People had applied for that EIDL loan and EIDL grant. They were not getting approved. I got their applications approved one at a time. $25 million of EIDL loans I got approved in April of last year, saving people's homes, their businesses, and their employees' homes. Then 3 days later, a new program was supposed to go live across the country. It wasn't in most states, but people needed help on doing this application. It was confusing, and I helped them and got them a lot of money, like Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida. That program was Snap. Excuse me, that program was PUA. Got her $15,000. Then in December of 2020, second stimulus was not coming, sort of like fourth stimulus right now. People needed money. It was the holidays. I stepped forward. I got fears, $250,000 for rent, like Tyrone and his family for out of Boston, getting $15,000 of rent. Now we're doing the same thing. There's no fourth stimulus check land in your bank account this week. This money is available this week. So get that pen and paper ready. We're going to get this money together as a family right now for you today this week. And it's rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, homeowners utilities, SNAP, food, more, starting right now. Here's some introductory remarks. I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out for the first items, rent and utilities. When you reach out to all 6, well, first of all, reach out to all 6. Number 2, if one says no, reach out to the next. They have different eligibility. They also have different pots of money. Listen to the keywords I say in the video. It helps get people approved, and understand that every state has the same amount of money based upon the number of residents. Here you go. Here are the 6 places you're going to reach out to. Your city hall, your city housing authority. That's 2. Your county hall, your county housing authority. That's 4. And your state hall and your state housing authority. That's 6. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. And there you go. That is your money. Go get it. You can do it. Pick up the phone. Call today. Get this money. And congratulations to Tim and Linda who got this wonderful pot of money. If you got this money for rent, utilities, post in the live chat right now. The next pot of the money is the money for SNAP. SNAP is money for food. It comes from the Department of Agriculture. It's a SNAP to get. Eligibility is very easy. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom. Gail got it as well. And Mark got $19,000. But Mark is now sitting on $25,000. What happened? Department of Agriculture 2 weeks ago made the announcement live on this channel, raising everyone's benefits up an average of 25%. Yes, lifetime, automatically, nationwide, starting in October. It's incredible, great news. If you got Snap as well, post in live chat. The next part of the money is the money coming back from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and computer error. Federal government has ordered that money back to you. One viewer got 3,000, another viewer got 5,000. Reach out to your state for that money across the board. And finally, the third part of the last on money is the refund check coming back from IRS that you paid taxes on the 2020 unemployment benefits. Average payment is anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. Margaret got it, Todd got it, Michael got it. More about that in a second. But this channel, here's a personal message. This channel was launched for me to help you get money, help you get through this pandemic. And if you're in the live chat, post your success stories right now that you've gotten, or for you got the rent, utilities, or food or internet that you've gotten. Post your success stories right now. When you do, you help other people a lot. People need that encouragement just to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and call today. That's what Johnny was saying to his family members. Stop arguing with me, pick up the phone and go get the money. $100,000 later that week, they feel regretful that they pushed back on saying to him, I'm not going to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and get the money. This money is available for you right now. This money is available for you right now. Number two, the money is a lot more than people would have thought. When they see you post your success stories, they get that inspiration to pick up the phone. Number three, get multiple items. Don't stop at one item. Get multiple items. Keep on pushing. And finally, number four, go as high as you can go because the sky's the limit. Let's cut back to those unemployment benefits. Where they land, direct deposit, otherwise the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search, and 70% of the time it will work. It'll reveal the refund check you're getting and the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid, and then it'll reveal Mitch McConnell's dance routine from Star Search. Yeah, I just don't want to see that. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of this video, starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. And I've been saying that for over a week, but over the weekend, the number one guy in the Biden administration said nearly the exact same words. His name, Ron Klain. Biden's chief of staff appeared on broadcast media and said, we did the recon. We did it 2 weeks ago. It's done deal. He calls it the recon framework instead of recon procedural, same thing. And this is incredible, great news. Number one, there will be a recon. Number two, it'll be $3.5 trillion. Number three, it'll be the largest recon we've ever seen in the history of this channel. Number four, it'll be all for the American people. Previous ones were all for corporations, leaving very little money for you. And most of the money in there will be application-based. I'll be going over those and the incredible world exclusive about monthly stimulus checks on top of that in the final 15 minutes of this video. Stay with me to this world exclusive. We have so much coming up in this video. But first, how do we get to the spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon, putting it into the bipartisan, made the recon passable. A conservative publication confirms in my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon, the harder it was to pass. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges, put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the recon was made passable by the bipartisan. It's important to understand how Democrats legislate with Democrats. The recon does not need any Republican votes. So it's just Democrats with Democrats. The way they do it is the following. They go to each other's offices and say, hey, what do you think about this? We're proposing to do something. Oh, okay, let me think about it. And they verbally negotiate. Once they verbally negotiate, they come to a verbal agreement. Once they have the verbal agreement, they write it up to confirm their verbal agreement in a bill. And once they have that bill, which confirms that verbal agreement, it's a done deal. They already agreed to it verbally. Once they call the vote, it's a done deal because they already verbally agreed to it. This is how you received breaking news on this channel months in advance, in June and July, when I told you the recon procedure was going to pass in the month of August. How did I know that 2 months ahead of time? Because this is how they do it. They had verbally agreed and told us they had verbally agreed that they're doing a recon of $3.5 trillion and that it was a done deal. So once they called it for a vote in August, the recon procedure passed of a blink of an eye. Now, what does Ron Klain, Ron Wyden, Bernie Sanders, and Chuck Schumer all confirmed to us? That they've all been meeting and talking to get a verbal agreement on the recon substantive, the next step, all last week and all weekend long. They've been working around the clock. So let's understand that when Ilhan Omar and Representative Richie Torres had said we want a recon that goes as big as bold as we want it, they got it, $3.5 trillion. That was before they negotiated on the price tag. And once they got a negotiated price tag on that recon initially, the president said, protect my recon. Everything in that recon is progressive priorities. Checks for the American people, the White House's priorities. That's what Jalapal confirms to us. So what is a recon? What is the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive, and what's the difference between bipartisan? Let's go over all the details starting right now. We have two paths separated. We have a recon and a bipartisan, very different. Recon is your money, also called reconciliation, also called budget bill, price tag 3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan or social reform plan from the progressives. Bipartisan, not your money, also called roads and bridges, price tag 1.5 trillion, also called infrastructure. We had 3 items to do last week. Now we only have 2. Recon procedural, the tow truck has passed over the finish line. It's done. Now we're doing recon substantive and we're doing bipartisan. Let's look at the next graphic, and the next 2 graphics, pay attention to one key word. The word is committees. Recon procedural, done. $3.5 trillion price tag with the money split among the committees, $10 here, $20 there. Now we're doing recon substantive, how the committees spend the money. Again, that word committees. I'm going to be going back to that word in the final 15 minutes of the video. Stay at the very end. How the committees are to spend the money. How do we get to this wonderful spot? From Jalapal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, check all the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100-plus House Democrats, who recently wrote the president a letter saying they were going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. It's important to understand that almost every single Democrat is talking about stimulus checks. In fact, they're all talking about stimulus checks. All Democrats are talking about stimulus checks. Who's not talking about stimulus checks? Conservative media, conservative politicians, conservative analysts. And what are they saying? No one's talking about it. No, you're not talking about it. The Democrats are all talking about stimulus checks in the forced stimulus package. Let's go back over who are the other people who are talking about it in addition to these 100-plus people in that letter from Jalapal. We have the House Ways and Means Committee who recently wrote the president a letter saying we're putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. And we have more people on top of that. We have AOC and Omar calling for $2,000 a month. We have the House bill signed by hundreds of Democrats. We have Warren, Wyden, and Sanders. Should we keep on going? Oh, yeah, we had the House Ways and Means Committee. Can we top that? Yes, as Biden did it. Ron Klain appeared on broadcast media during that same interview, and he was talked about, will the recon be paid for by raising the national debt? No, it's done for, Bauer, by this thing. That thing that I usually gloss over at this point in the recording because it's confusing. It's the global minimum corporate tax rate. Yawn. No one wants to hear about taxes. But basically, it's 55 corporations in America that make $1 billion a year and are paying $0 in taxes. It will now ensure that taxes are paid for their fair share to pay for the recon. And how do we get to this wonderful spot? We'll be going, can we top that? Yes. In the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll be going over the world exclusive you're only going to hear on this channel. As the number one legislator, wants you to have a monthly stimulus check and is proposing a monthly stimulus check. It's the best news you've ever seen, but it's the only news you're going to hear on this channel. It's a world exclusive. You're not going to hear it anywhere else. We're going to go over the provisions of that forced stimulus recon, application-based, the other items, what that means for you. We'll be going over fifth stimulus. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. Forced stimulus is all about picking up the phone. Saw Johnny's family members. They didn't want to pick up the phone initially. Now they did. They got $100,000. When we talk about this big money and we talk about the community page under third stimulus, do not just reach out to the community page and have them do stuff for you. I want you to get one item yourself. Why? Because fourth stimulus is all going to be about that, picking up the phone and getting money. So get at least one item yourself. Pick up the phone, get that utilities or mortgage. If you called up the phone to report a gas leak or a water main break or an outage of the telephone service, you can pick up the phone and say, hey, I'd like some rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, or utility assistance because of COVID. And if you can't get the other items, then reach out to the volunteers. They're in the community page. They're in the description of this video. It's at news.lalate.com/community. Go down the description. You'll see a link to them. Here's a little bit about them. I'll be back in 60 seconds with the continuation of Mornings Lalate. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate. And the excitement continues right now on Mornings Lalate, live from Santa Monica. It's a big, bold, beautiful day across the board. Hope the weather is good where you are. Jump in the live chat and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. In the second half of this video, we'll be going over that fourth stimulus check and why the number one guy in DC wants you to have a monthly stimulus check and is ready to propose it. Then we cut to the deliciousness of the application-based items under fourth stimulus. I'm going to explain what that means, and we'll be cutting also to fifth stimulus and the world exclusive details and more about the big sums of money you can get across the board. And this is Lalate, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Coming up next, live on air at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is Mornings Crypto. Then 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is noon time. Then we go into afternoons at 1, afternoons at 3, and then evenings at 5. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes. And consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP, so you get all those big sums of money under the third stimulus package as well. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, please do so. It's in the description of this video. It's down there. Put your name and email address in, totally free, and then you get a confirmation email. Watch for that. It may be in the spam folder. Hit it. And once you're subscribed, then you get an alert when a new video goes live or any breaking news. Coming up soon, we're going to meet Calendar Colleen and Calendar Cod, and there's Freedom Frida and the Wens. We're going to check in with them and more. But first, let's cut to the deliciousness of this stimulus. This stimulus, which is September, raises your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Step one is they are going to get this to start drafting and then put it to a vote by about November. They're going to raise your benefits up. Then they're going to remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. Let's go over all the details starting right now. Step one, raise your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, or SSA. Step two, apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. Where's inflation? It's going to be transitory. It's going up. Brazil's inflation rate's going up. It's heading to 5% right now this week. The Central Bank of Europe having a meeting this week talking about tapering. Big concerns about inflation. That's more benefits for you. Step one, they raise your benefits up. Then they apply the benchmark. If it's 5%, your benefits will go up another 5%, not just next year, but lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. They're going to remove the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law, says you can't work and stay on benefits. They're going to remove the marriage penalty, dating back to an old law, says you can't be married and also have benefits. It's going to go away, so Rob and Sandy will be able to get married and no longer fear loss of benefits. And finally, the asset cap is going to go away. And you'll be able to have stimulus checks in your hand and some muddle blue. Not muddle blue, beautiful blue. And there you go. Will there be a fifth stimulus check next year? There will be. The House Ways and Means Committees will represent. And finally, Purple Hawks. If you're in the live chat and you do not have a Purple Hawk emoji next to your name and have not become a member, what are you doing? You need to become a member today. Purple Hawks, Purple Powers, Calcino VIPs, members are delivered daily from me to you. A breakdown of all the big money under first, second, and third stimulus. We all got it that there's no fourth stimulus check laying in a bank account this week. But this money, third stimulus, is available right now. Lots of it. $40, $50, $80, $100,000 are frequent numbers gotten by Purple Hawks this channel because there's a lot of different items. As you saw Johnny getting 7 items. There's a lot of items for you to get. It's all money for you. When third stimulus launched in January this year and became a law, a lot of people just focused on the $14 stimulus check. I immediately started focusing on the other items. And people thought I was crazy. What other items? I said, I can get you $14,000 under this third stimulus. Now I'm getting people 100,000. They realize there's other sums of money in this third stimulus besides a stimulus check. So consider becoming a Purple Hawk today to get all these big sums of money today, right today. And as Johnny said, create incredible financial independence and relieve the strain of those bills. And there you go. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video as we go over those monthly stimulus checks in the world exclusive. As we start the final 15, starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. First, we're going to go over the recon core, then we're going to go over the MSCs. The recon core is done. That is the recon procedural. $3.5 trillion recon. All checks to the American people, largest we've ever seen in this channel, nothing for corporations, but mostly application-based. What does application-based mean? It means you pick up the phone and ask for it. It means that IRS doesn't know how to pay you about this money. Dental, vision, internet, IRS doesn't know anything about your teeth, your vision, or your internet, so they have no way to pay you this money. Where is this money? In committees. Earlier in this video, I said, watch that graphic. Let's go back to that graphic. This is where this money is going to be. You're going to pick up the phone and ask for this money because that is where they're dedicating the money. Fourth Stimulus Recon is going to put this money in the committees, and you're going to pick up the phone and then ask the committee, I want this money. You've been doing this since day one. We've been doing application-based stimulus since day one of this channel, which is where you pick up the phone, ask for SNAP, ask for PBT, PPP, PUA, EIDL. Only difference is you're going to be asking for some delicious money under this fourth stimulus. Let's go over some of the proposed items so you get a sense of how different this is. The incredible items proposed include the following: free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, checks for free internet, checks for farmers, checks for workers, checks for independent contractors, checks for seniors, checks for dental, checks for vision, checks for hearing care. Now, obviously, IRS knows nothing about dental, vision, hearing, farmers. They don't know any internet. They don't know anything about that. So they would have no idea how to pay you this money. That is why these checks will be in those committees. This is incredible great news for you because if you picked up the phone and got on one item for this channel ever, you're going to kill it at a fourth stimulus. Lots of different checks in lots of different places adds up to lots of money. Imagine Johnny reached out to 7 places to get 7 checks and got $80,000 under a very, very small third stimulus package. Imagine how well he and you will do under fourth stimulus, where you'll pick up the phone and get lots of different checks of lots of different items in a much bigger stimulus package. It's incredible great news. Now let's turn to that monthly stimulus check, MSC, that would come from IRS, Treasury, starting right now with a world exclusive. It's important to understand that over the last few months, we've had all these people from AOC to Omar to Wyden, Warren, and Sanders all saying they're going to give you a stimulus check. But along the way, I was one guy sitting here competing against broadcast networks that have billions of dollars in the bank and own 100 stations across the country in local markets. And what were they doing? Never picking up the phone and calling up a legislator to ask them, are you doing an MSC? Are you doing a monthly stimulus check? So what did they do? They put out stories that say we haven't heard about them because they hadn't asked anyone about them. So a few weeks ago, I told viewers of this channel to pick up the phone and call their Democratic senators and push for those MSCs. And one viewer who's actually in the live chat right now, WR, picked up the phone and called Senator Chris Coons' office. Chris Coons is a senator, Democrat, Delaware, Joe Biden, old confidant, and asked, are you going to be doing an MSC? Are you going to be doing a monthly stimulus check? Answer, yes. Imagine just a simple phone call got an answer from that. Now, let's go up to the present. Let's go up to 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we're looking at the recon. What's the full name of the recon bill? It's called the Fourth Stimulus Reconciliation Budget Bill. Keyword budget. What committee in Congress oversees this bill? Lead committee. The Budget Committee in the Senate. Yeah, sort of obvious, but the Budget Committee with the Budget Bill. And who's the head of the Budget Committee? The Budget Chairman. Yes, the Budget Chairman's head of the Budget Bill with in the Budget Committee. Yes, very obvious. And what's his name? Who's the Budget Chairman? Bernie Budget Sanders. He's the Budget Chairman of the Budget Committee that oversees the Budget Bill. Just sort of obvious. So what did Bernie Sanders say 2 weekends ago, not last weekend, Labor Day weekend, but the weekend before that. What did he say? He basically said, reach out to me, ask about the budget bill. Did the broadcast media do that? No, of course not. So what did Bernie Sanders say? He said prior budget chairmen just sort of wrote what they had to write in D.C., but I like to get out amongst the people. Well, I immediately told viewers, hey, that's a call to action. He's saying he wants to hear from you. Getting out amongst the people means he wants to hear from you what to put in the budget bill. So 2 weekends ago, I told viewers this channel to pick up the phone, call Bernie Sanders' office, and push for a monthly stimulus check. Lynn Glenn did it. Brother Joshua did it, but not a lot of other people did it. Brother Joshua, a longtime viewer and 2020 volunteer of this channel, picked up the phone and called Bernie Sanders' office in D.C. and spoke to his staffer, and professionally, respectfully, and kindly. Opening question is Senator Bernie Sanders doing a monthly stimulus check? Of course he is. Yes, Senator Bernie Sanders is doing a monthly stimulus check on the fourth stimulus package. Well, there you go. World exclusive. Very easy world exclusive. Just pick up the phone and ask the guy who says, ask me what I'm doing. Broadcast media doing that? No. Please do yourself a favor. Turn off the broadcast media. Turn off the conservative media. Turn off the other YouTube channels. Turn off the print media. They're not doing reporting. I don't even want to call it bad reporting. It's not reporting. They're just simply not doing anything. They're not asking anyone and saying, I haven't heard anything. Well, because you haven't asked anyone. Here's Brother Joshua. He picked up a phone call. He got an answer in 10 seconds. It was that straightforward and simple. World exclusive. Let's go over all the incredible details of that conversation starting right now. Senator Sanders is proposing a fourth stimulus check. Here are the deal provisions of them starting right now. You're hearing them for the first time only on this channel. You won't hear them anywhere else. Senator Sanders is proposing a monthly stimulus check. The range of the monthly is $1,000 to $1,400. Yes, it's monthly. Yes. And it has a duration. What is the duration? 3 to 6 months. Yes, incredible, great news. Now there's a catch. What's the catch? Senator Sanders says he wants to have the support of the Purple Power behind him to make sure he has support in doing this. We got this one, Purple Power. This is easy. In 2020, it was always the reverse, where we were proposing things and we thought, there's no senator that has our back. Now the senator wants us to say, do we have his back? We got this. Purple Power was launched by me last year, created by me, when people were referring to me outside when I was recording with a purple shirt as Mr. Purple. And then I said, as to EIDL, you can do this. You got the power. You have the Purple Power. But then, as second stimulus checks were not coming, we started to push. And I said, Purple Power, push. Make sure we get stimulus in this item. And we had a lot of historic days, a lot of historic game-changing days. But the one that made history, of course, was when this channel solely was responsible for getting a stimulus check in the continuing resolution. It was called the second stimulus check. It came from this channel. There was a CR, continuing resolution. It was a budget bill. And I came up with the idea solely on this channel to put a stimulus check in there. People thought I was bonkers. It's a continuing resolution. It doesn't belong in there. I said, who cares? I know it doesn't belong in there. Just put it in there. And we pushed. And they said, okay, we'll give you unemployment stimulus. We said, no, that's fine, but we're asking for a stimulus check. You need to put it in there. And we got it. Now, while you made history in 2020, you have the opportunity to make history again. You have the opportunity to make history again because the number one guy on the budget bill with the budget committee wants your back to get this and make it history. So make history. Make news. Don't just report news. Today's your opportunity. Pick up the phone and call Senator Bernie Sanders. Say, I support you. Be professional, respectful, and kind, and say, I will support you. Monthly stimulus check. Thank you. Call up Senator Ron Wyden and call up Elizabeth Warren. Call up Senator Chris Coons. Say the same thing. I support you. Monthly stimulus check in the fourth stimulus recon. There we go. Let's go over the calculations. House bill, $1,000 a month, calculates out to $13,000, but takes a full 12 months, a whole year to get that $13,000. On the high end, Bernie Sanders' numbers are $1,400 6 months. That's about $9,000. In less than 6 months, in just 6 months, you get $9,000 versus the House bill, which takes an entire year to get $13,000. Push Purple Power. You got this as well. Meantime, thank you so much for making Mornings Countdown Lalate a new hit show. It's our new hit show. It's a replay show that goes between Early Mornings LA and Mornings LA every day on this channel because in a long span, there was a block of time because Early Mornings LA is at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mornings LA is at 9 a.m. And we thought we need a show right in between. It's a 7 o'clock show. Mornings Countdown LA. Meantime, coming up next is the exciting details of Mornings Crypto. The country of Nicaragua has determined that Bitcoin will be its currency. Excuse me? I'll be going over that breaking news this morning, live on air. It's coming up in just 2 minutes from now at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then at noontime, we're coming back with more world exclusives about this monthly stimulus check, about these massive sums of money that are available for you under third stimulus, and the big items that are available elsewhere under fourth stimulus. It's at noontime at 11 a.m. We have a show coming up at 1 o'clock, Afternoons LA, and Afternoons LA at 3 o'clock, a new show, and then a new Evenings LA at 5. So with that, so much exciting, great details. I'm so excited for you to join me throughout the day. We have a lot of stuff. Push, Purple Power, push. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes. Every like helps. Consider becoming a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP, so you get access to all this incredible sums of money. Because the toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here, and I'll see you next as morning's crypto heats up at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard.